Oh, the sadness. He's leveling it now. Mr. Bobby Moore. The track specialist. Look at this. He's about to take this thing out. Oh. What is up, guys? My name is Mark Santamaria. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to RC Vlog. Guys, we're finally back in the garage. It's been a while since I've been in the garage, but today we're gonna drive a car to compare to that guy. That is the Senton 4x4. I don't know if you guys remember, and I'll put a link in the eye above in one of these corners where I drove the Senton 4x4, and it was hard to drive. Like the very first time I drove it, like the butt end of the car would wash out really bad. Like it wasn't easy to drive. And I don't remember slash 4x4s being that hard to drive, but to be perfectly honest, I never drove, I've only driven one slash 4x4 non-LCG, and it was really, really clapped out. So we bought a brand new slash 4x4, and we're gonna see if it drives similar. Maybe it was just me, but I don't remember a slash washing out that bad. So we're gonna see how it drives today on 3S and just see if it's easy. I'm gonna let Evan drive it too, Q-Tip, to see if he thinks it's easy, because when he drove the Senton 4x4, it was also hard to drive. So it's still a little wet outside, but the cement's not wet. It's been raining for like 3 days, so we're just gonna have to deal with it. But today's the day. It's judgment day. Is the slash 4x4 as hard to drive as the Senton 4x4? Here is the slash 4x4 I bought the other day. God, this thing is so clean. Look, I got the Deborah stickers on the front. I got the MSM stickers on the back. It matches. It looks so good. So good. And it's licensed Fox that we are not going to run this body on it. We are going to run that body on it because we don't want to mess this body up. Oh, it's so clean. This is going to be like a display body. Plus, I got to put some RC body armor on here. No RC body armor. Here it is, brand spanking new. This is the 4-pole VXL system. You can tell it's 4-pole when it has the capacitors on the outside. And see how the motor wires, they kind of like have a mesh. It's like a rubbery mesh. That's how you know it's the new 4-pole one. This is brand spanking new. I got to bind it to this remote, and we're going to let her rip. We're going with the old 5000 3-cell. This one thing I like about this 4x4 platform is I can use these same batteries. These are the ones that run the Revo. It's super nice because I have a whole bunch of these. 5000 3S. So we ran the Senton on 3S. We should get similar power out of this one. Should be interesting. All right, guys. For this example, for this test run, we're going to turn TSM all the way off because TSM is not available or anything like that available on the Senton. So it's got to be fair. So TSM is going to be all the way off. And also, I forgot to tell you guys, I went into Lone Star the other day, and someone called in and bought me a TQI receiver so I could put in the Senton to see if it fixes it, to see if that's what solves the problem of it swaying too much. That was super cool. I asked for the name. The guy who bought it for me called in, bought it over the phone, and the person who took the order over the phone didn't get a name, but big shout out to whoever that is. Thanks a lot. Let me know in the comments if you were the guy who bought that for me. Don't be rude and say you were. Obviously, all you guys could have bought that for me, but big thanks to the guy who bought that for me. But this thing's almost ready to go. I'm going to recalibrate it. TSM is all the way off. I have my multi-function knob set to brake, which is the way I like it. And we're going to let her rip. All right, we're ready. That's one cool thing about these platforms is the 2-wheel drive body fits perfectly on the 4-wheel drive. So I can just use, this is the spec slash body I ran the other day when actually last time I ran on one. So yes, it's ready to go. We're about to rip it. All right, I double checked to make sure TSM is off. So the way you do it is if you just turn the car on and do this, it's not gonna turn the wheels because, well, the wheels aren't spinning. So I'm gonna turn TSM all the way up so you can see it on. So you see the wheels moving, the front wheels moving whenever I do, you can hear it. Now when I turn it all the way off, but you actually have to give it some throttle for it to work. Now I'm gonna turn it all the way off. See, no more wheel move. So TSM is off. So this should be a fair, oh my God, no brake, no brake. I have my multi-function knob set to brake, and it has not a single bit of brake. Oh, see? So it also tracks. I don't think it's as bad. Well, yeah, it might be actually. Oh, car coming. I gotta set the trim. Okay, so it's not as bad. You see that, how I gave it throttle and it just went. It's cutting over a little bit, but it's like I can get on it full throttle. So it is easier to drive. Now, will I say that the breaking loose of the rear tires or the back end of the car is non-existent? I won't say that. Hold on, Melissa just got here. All right, we're gonna do a couple more runs. See, it broke out that time. It is raining, by the way. So again, it does wash out, but it doesn't wash out as bad. Like I can counter steer it. Whoa, did you see that? It came up on 2. Speed-wise, I will say that they're about the same speed. They're both super crazy fast. Yeah, it's definitely, to me it is easier. TSM is off, because I'm giving it full throttle going up and down right there. So there's a little bit of body roll, but nothing like the Senton. So I do think it is a little bit easier to drive, in my opinion. I'm gonna let Evan drive it. We're gonna confirm that there's no TSM on. Yeah, no TSM on. All right, Evan, let her rip, bud. So see if it's easier to drive, Evan. For me, it was, like I said, I could get on it and not worry about it spinning out. So that's with TSM off. We will throw TSM in the Senton. And the ground is a little bit wet, so it would actually probably be harder. It's a little cold and the ground's a little wet. You'd think it'd be a little bit harder to drive this car than the Senton in these current conditions, but by no means does the back end of the car wash out as bad. It definitely does a little bit, just not like the Senton. Like the Senton, as soon as you gave it full throttle, it was almost unrecoverable. This one, you can counter steer it and you can drive with a little bit more confidence. So, interesting. So it is there, just not as bad, but definitely easier to drive. What do you think, Evan?
You're right. Counter steer, like if you don't like that.
Well, Evan literally just tried to flip. God, this kid. He literally, he tried to demo it. He flips it over, the car starts coming down the street. But yes, you can counter steer it. So whenever you start to lose it a little bit, counter steering is possible. But what he just did is he created so much body sway, it was unrecoverable. Wait for this car to go by and I'll tell him to rip it full throttle down the street and see if he can control it, because you couldn't control it with the Senton, which is crazy. All right, rip it down the street, bud. It is fun, I'm not gonna lie. I've got some cool plans with this. I'm curious to see how it does on the track too. So Evan, he's actually spinning it out. See, he gave it a good throttle there, it didn't spin out. Oh man, that's crazy. So what do you think? It's definitely easier?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's easier. I might even let Ethan drive it, but I know for sure he'll rip it into the curb. So there is one factor that I didn't bring up. It is possible. See, I gave it full throttle and can control it. It is possible that the reason why it's that much more controllable, see, that was full throttle. There is no way with the Senton you can give it full throttle like that without it spinning out. There is one thing that I didn't bring up that could be, whoa! Ethan, go, go. There is one thing that I, don't fall, jeez, running with a freaking broken arm. There is one thing that I didn't factor in that could be the reason why it's a little bit easier to drive, is the slipper clutch could be looser. So because I've been driving Traxxas cars for so long, I can kind of tell that the slipper clutch is slipping a little bit. That might be a factor on why it's so much easier to drive. Also, a telltale sign is it's not pulling the wheels. Ooh, it's not pulling the wheels off the ground, which the Senton would if you gave it enough. That means that the Senton slipper clutch if it has one. I'm pretty sure it does. The Senton slipper clutch was not loose. It was super tight. But yeah, this is a controllable drive. A lot of power, a lot of fun. Not that the Senton wasn't, but it was just a little bit harder to drive. And again, it could have been the slipper, but out of the box, if you're just a new guy buying a 4x4 short course, this car is gonna feel like it's easier to drive over the Senton 4x4. The motor's not crazy hot. I'm gonna put a fan on it. But yeah, there you go, guys. A stock / 4-wheel drive VXL. It's crazy fun, guys. So the testing's not over. Again, I want to take it to the track. We're also going to bash both of them really hard. I am going to throw the TSM receiver in the Senton 4x4, and I'm also going to turn down the slipper clutch to see if that helps, because that might be all that it is. But like I said, out of the box, not knowing anything about RC, if you go buy a Senton 4x4 and a / 4x4 VXL, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, because I know everyone gets mad and I don't want to, draw crazy judgment. In my opinion, the Traxxas / 4x4 VXL is a little bit better driving experience because it's a little bit easier to drive. And it might be the case that they just have to loosen the slipper, but we're gonna get them working. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification bell, and you guys will see me next time. Later, guys.